Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called When One Door Closes, Another One Opens, and we have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 is the Moon card. If you're feeling the energy of this Moon card, you'll choose pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have Neptune. If you're feeling the energy of this Neptune card, you'll choose pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have Mercury or the Mind. If you're feeling the energy of Mercury, you'll choose pile number 3. So today is a pick a planet reading, the Moon, Neptune, or Mercury. So dial it in. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What's coming up for you today? Is it the Moon? Is it Neptune? Is it Mercury? Okay. We're going to talk about what happens when one door closes and another door opens. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell. Okay. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Moon card, and today's reading is a pick a planet reading about one door closing and another door opening. And let's go ahead and take a look at what is happening in your life with regard to this energy and what is wanting to come forth for you. Today in your reading, pile number 1, I'm using the Starman Tarot that features based upon inspiration of David Bowie, and I haven't used it for a while. I was watching his show the other day, The Hunger, which is like short stories with David Bowie in them. Very interesting. So pile number 1, let's go ahead and get into your reading and talk about when one door closes, another door opens. Okay. Let's look at for pile number 1, please. All right, pile number 1, we've got the King of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, and we've got the 7 of Swords. Okay, pile number 1, and the Starman is on the bottom of the deck, which is David Bowie. So I love that. That is the Magician on the bottom of the deck. And pile number 1, I feel like you are very strong regardless of what happens, regardless of what door closes and what door opens for you. You are going to do your best. You're going to work hard. And it does take time and patience, I feel like. But I feel like also you have the ability to master what you're working on. And I see a ladder leading up to the top here for you. And, you know, there's a lot of different pieces of the puzzle that have to come together. And if they don't come together, then that's fine. But the big thing is that you're not sticking around to help to build someone else's dream while your dream feels like it's broken. That's the main thing that we don't want to be doing. Okay. And the main thing is staying organized and managing your time and possibly not working for other people in the way that you have in the past, pile number 1. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. We have sea turtle and protection. You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and the path, and that your path will unfold. Yeah, be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Preserve and you will persevere and you will succeed. Yeah, that is that energy of the 8 of Pentacles And the King of Pentacles, persevere and you will succeed, okay? Be in harmony with the rhythm. That's very Eight of Pentacles, to be in harmony with the rhythm of life, okay? And you will have everything you need to be protected and happy, okay? We have Three of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Yeah, and the Seven of Swords can be where we're getting like very reactive towards things, or we're doing things very suddenly without thinking. And we're doing things based on what we see in the moment right now instead of what can come together in the future, okay? So this talks about, you know, things looking good with this Three of Wands here. Have patience and make your long-term plans, okay? And the King of Pentacles does really favor, you know, making a long-term plan. And then the Eight of Pentacles is the work and the effort that it takes in order to put that plan into motion, okay? And some of you may be deciding at this time, look at these two turtles swimming in different directions. And turtle is an energy of moving slowly. And actually I had a dream about this last night, pile number one, about, you know, taking our time and moving slowly, right? To assess the direction that we're going and not allowing ourselves to be rushed into making like frivolous decisions, which could definitely be like Seven of Swords, okay? But there could be a dynamic going on where you know, you feel like determined to do things your way, but you're going in a different direction than another person, or you're going in a different direction than the tried and true path, pile number one. And maybe you're a little bit scared to do that and to kind of break the mold and kind of do things your own way. That song is I Gotta Do It My Way or No Way at All, okay? I gotta do it my way or no way at all. So that's what I feel here. Why don't you turn me loose? Turn me loose. I've got to do it my way or no way at all type thing. Okay, pile number one. So yeah, Three of Wands is very independent energy of, you know, I'll go off, me and my dragon, I'll go off on our own and do things the way we want them to do. We have the Wheel of Fortune, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Okay. And yeah, breaking the mold is something that I'm getting, or breaking your concentration. And you know what? There may be some people around you that are very, like, going very far, or you can see that they are really starting to put the pieces of something together. And you can tell that they're really like doing it the kind of traditional way with the King of Pentacles, because the King of Pentacles is kind of traditional. And you know, builds a ladder and says, you know, if you invites you to do it their way and says, you know, here, I'll offer you this shiny pentacle if you do it my way and come my direction, right? And I feel like what you're saying is, no, I've got to do it my way, okay? And yeah, there may be these, you know, people where there might be, you know, an older masculine figure in your life, pile number one, that's encouraging you to do something their way. There might be some people at your job. There might be some people around you that are encouraging you to do things the traditional way and take the traditional path, you know, go to school, earn your place, be patient, work hard. And I mean, I feel like you guys are okay with being patient and taking your time and working hard, but you're like, fuck that. I'm not gonna like do it the same way that you did it. I'm gonna do it my way. Okay. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be patient and that I'm not gonna work hard or that I'm not gonna find, but I feel like you guys are looking for your groove. Pile number one, you're looking for your groove. And that's the Wheel of Fortune, when we get in a groove with something and something just naturally starts to flow. And, you know, we talked about the sea turtle and the master of finding life's flow and getting into the flow. And maybe your flow isn't with, you know, this other person who's like, you've got to do it my way or no way at all. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it your way. Okay. And I feel like this person could have apprentices or have younger people working underneath them that are like, see, this is how you do it. And they're like putting together the piece of the puzzle. And you're like, no, that's not really how I want to do it though. So pile number one, that's what I'm kind of getting here. We have Miracle of Isis. Isis offers a miracle healing no matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter. No matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, old addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of healing. Let go and let the goddess be. This is the Miracle of Isis. And I feel like, you know, swimming in your own direction or wanting to go off on your own. And this may be, you know, for some of you, this could be with a relationship too, where it's like they took a very traditional path, or they believe in a very traditional path to getting what they want or moving ahead in life. And you're just, that's not you. That's not how your life is. And, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune, maybe there's some worry like, will I be in the right place at the right time? And I feel like Spirit is like, yes. We have no good ones. There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. Okay. And this could be where there's no good ones left. All the good ones are taken. Like all the people in relationships that are committed, that are mature, that work hard. That's very King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. All those people are already taken. Okay. And I'm out here on my own doing my thing. And I feel like some of you may be like leaving. You may be making a decision to leave. All right. And it is going to really change and alter your destiny. I feel pile number one. And we have finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. Yeah, and you know, the King of Pentacles is the one that kind of is having the money, or is you know, the one that is sort of like, you come to me, and is the one sort of like holding the power in this situation, I feel. And some of you may be moving out or leaving. A lover is something I feel here too, or it is time to go. And you can see her walking down a dark hallway right here. And there's a flashing light that's kind of like propelling her or pushing her forward, like a flashing light in the hallway that is pushing her forward. Okay. And, you know, and some of it may be like, you know, the Wheel and the Three of Fire is like getting motivated to make the changes that are going to alter your destiny. The will and the want is there, I feel, pile number one, but it may have been a financial issue that was holding you back. Okay. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. Okay. And this is also, you know, it's not that everything that this person or this type of person stands for is horrible. Like, there are some really good things about being patient and being careful with one's money, or even being cheap with, you know, being a little bit cheap, or being a little bit being a little careful with one's, like there's a lot of, you can see there's a gray cloud right over this pentacle. And so maybe it's, really depressing talking about money issues with this particular person. Okay. And, this could be a job too, where it's like, I try to talk to this person about pay or money, and it's like they always put this really cast this really dark shadow over everything and make it seem like there's nothing there to give. But then over here I see other people like moving forward or doing good or on a path, and I feel like I'm not getting it. Okay. And so yeah, pile number one, I feel like there's just some things that you're seeing, because you can see the eyeballs up here that is kind of like flashing, that you are noticing about a situation or a person, where money is definitely coming into play in this situation here. We have luck is on your side. Well, I love that with the Wheel of Fortune too as well. And then we have the new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Okay, well, that's lovely, because we definitely need more of that, don't we? And this is like the bow and arrow and going after what you want. Okay, so taking a chance and going in a different direction actually turns out really well for you, pile number one. And at first it may suck, or at first it may feel like you don't have anywhere to go with this, okay? And I'm getting an energy of someone feeling like half-truths are kind of like eating away at them, okay? And I think, mentally pushing through this time is something that is a little bit challenging with this Seven of Swords. But Spirit wants to remind you, luck is on your side. And then we have this miracle of Isis. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, how impossible it may seem, how to imagine your life without this old wound, this addiction, this problem, this relationship issue or inner struggle, okay? And we have big happy changes. Oh my God, that's what I wanted to see for you, pile number one, is luck on your side, finances changing, okay, motivation to move forward, leaving something behind, where all it's done is, bring cloud or rain over your financial life, or not been very promising for you. I feel like, wow, this is awesome. Big happy changes. Luck is on your side. And this could look like, somebody randomly shows up and offers you a job. This could look like somebody, donates you a car. Somebody gives you, somebody gives you something that you need in the nick of time. I feel like pile number one, somebody shows up and gives you exactly what you need in the nick of time in order to move forward. Okay, luck is on your side. Big happy changes. Yep, we have Sun in Capricorn and we have status. Okay, and these people, this may be where, there's some people saying, oh, unless you get to this level, or, there's certain people with certain status in life, right? And they make it seem like no one can reach that status except for them, or they make it seem like, I don't know, they just make it seem unattainable. Do you know what I mean, pile number one? Some people just hold so close to their status, and they're very miserly about sharing what's made them successful. And I just feel like you're not that type of person. And I feel like you're kind of a rebel with this Seven of Swords. Like, you're not totally focused on status and tradition. you are a hard worker and you will work diligently towards your goals in life, but it's not so much where you have to be the center of attention or where you have to reach a specific like status symbol in life. And maybe your goals are different than some of the other people that you've known in your life. Maybe your goals are not what their goals are. And we have to decide that individually for ourselves. And maybe your goals are changing. Maybe your goals, it's time to like rethink about what your goals are and what direction that you want to head in, and how some people use their status and their finances maybe to like belittle other people or control other people or do this kind of thing. Okay, or look down their nose at other people. So pile number 1, very interesting energy. I feel you will be working diligently towards your goals, but luck is on your side as well, and get ready for some big happy changes. And so pile number 1, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope that that reading resonated, and let me know how you felt about it in the comments. And let's go ahead with pile number 2. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose Neptune, and today's reading is called When One Door Opens, Another Door Closes. Okay, and we're fine with that, aren't we? Pile number 2, we are fine with that, with whatever order it happens in. If one closes and one opens, and one opens and one closes, we are fine. We don't want things that aren't meant for us anyway, right? Pile number 2, we do not, as they say, we do not care. We only want what is meant for us anyway, okay? So pile number 2, let's go ahead and get into your reading. You guys chose Neptune, which is a planet of sacrifice. Neptune just turned retrograde, and you know, a lot of times we do have to make a lot of sacrifices for our dreams, or a lot of times there is, you know, we have to sometimes let go of something in order to say hello to another thing, okay? But let's go ahead, pile number 2. You say hello, I say goodbye. Isn't that a Beatles song, pile number 2? You say hello, I say goodbye. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. When one door closes, another door opens. For pile number 2, please. All right. We've got the Tower. Oh my God. Well, do not go gently into that dark night, pile number 2 for sure. We've got the Hermit. Soul evolution. I didn't need that anyway. I'm much purer and cleaner without it. And goodbye and good riddance, I feel like the Hermit is saying. Ace of Wands. Open to change. Open to adventure. Open to a grabbing and harnessing that power for yourself, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and see. Now, pile number 2, you're not the kind of person that's turned on by the downfall of your enemies, are you, pile number 2? I'm just kidding. There's a certain level of detachment, though, when we see, you know, like falseness kind of like struggling and falling. When we see, like, you know, things that have been like masquerading and pretending to be something that they're not. When we see those things kind of like, destroying themselves and like eating themselves alive, like with the Tower, it kind of brings a level of inner satisfaction. where it's like, I could see that all along. With the hermit has that spiritual knowingness, that spiritual vision, that ability to see things very plainly for what they are. Okay. And the thing with the hermit is I feel like the hermit doesn't have any problem with starting over. All right, there's energy, Ace of Wands, in starting over. There's clarity, there's simplicity, there's breaking things down to its bare essentials, right? That the hermit is fine with. The hermit is like, take all these false structures and get rid of them. I didn't like them anyway, okay? Um, take all these false things about my personality and throw them in the trash. I didn't want them anyway. Like I didn't want to wear all that makeup. I didn't want to wear all that, blah, blah, blah. And this could be even when we are kind of like morphing and changing because we're finding ourselves on a new path, right? With the Ace of Wands, we're finding ourselves on a new path of what we want to create in life. And for some of you, this could be where, it's getting out of a relationship, or even in the last couple of years, it could be like, I changed so much to fit this person's life, or to be attractive for them, or to be whatever for them. Like, and I'm done. I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm done, Natalie. Like, you could be saying that to me, pile number 2, and good for you. I'm glad. And the hermit sees right through it. The hermit's like, I'd rather be alone. I don't care. Like, I don't need much anyway. I'm fine. Like, do not, come at me with anything fake. I don't want anything fake. I don't want anything on my skin that isn't natural. I don't want, whatever. I don't want such and such things on my body that are not natural. I don't want to consume food that isn't natural. I don't want to like be engaged in someone else's habits that like pull me down, down, down. Like I just don't want it. And I feel like you guys are like, no, you are fully embracing it. And you're like, I didn't want any of that anyway. Like, that's fine with me. So pile number 2, I'm liking your energy so far. I really, really am. We have Ram and we have Perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. Ooh, I love that. The Ace of Wands and the Hermit, the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach the mountaintop. Oh my gosh, the Hermit stands on top of the mountaintop. Never give up and good luck will follow. Okay. Well, I feel like, and for those of you that have some Aries Ram energy and some fighting spirit within you, welcome to your reading, because you have many gifts. And some of you here may have Virgo energy on top of fire sign energy here. And yeah, and I feel like you're very good at pointing out what needs to change in a situation, or where something is like not, where something is really gone off base, I feel like, okay? And yeah, you have a very discerning eye, I feel like, pile number 2. A successful time. This is the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. Generous, professional, responsible, and practical. Yeah, you know what you're doing. Pile number 2, essentially. Okay, and you're very confident. And you know what you're doing. You've got many gifts. And you can fix a lot of problems and a lot of issues. You're very patient, responsible, and practical. All right. And you've got no patience, I feel like, for people who are just kind of like faking it, even yourself. Okay. And some of you may be being a little bit harsh with prior versions of yourself. Okay. A little bit judgmental towards prior versions of yourself. which is, I get it, pile number two. I'm laughing because I know how it is, but I get it. And it's so funny because I was just looking at this Neptune card and it looks like she has a snake in her hair. So it's definitely giving that Medusa type of energy going on. But let's see. We have the Eight of Earth. Oh my God, that's so funny because the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Earth came up in pile number one too. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic. Going back to school. Okay. So some of you may be looking for opportunities to go back to school, to invest in your professional career, to look for opportunities, but you're very picky, pile number two. You're very, very picky because there's a lot of falseness out there, okay? With the Tower, there's a lot of false teachers out there. There's a lot of false gurus out there. There's just a lot of falseness out there. There's a lot of fakers and fronters and, there's just a lot of turmoil in the world right now. And part of you, I feel like, doesn't want any part of it, but there's another part of you that wants to be creative right now and do something good for yourself, which includes reinvesting back into yourself. And I feel like, with the Ram here too, it is about your physical health and being strong physically. And for those of you that have felt, tired and sluggish, I feel like this Ram energy is really needed. And I see the water in the background. Perhaps some of you are needing to drink more water, or you're needing to be around water, or you need to go swimming, or you need to refresh yourself in some way. And maybe, looking at all the destruction and things in the world at first it was like, haha, FAFO, fuck around and find out, I told you so type energy. And it was kind of fun. But now I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's gotten tiring. And maybe some of you are very tired and you need some rest, or you need some sleep, or, some of you could just be working really hard right now too. Like you're working and going to school, or you're trying to find the time to do everything. And you're up late at night with the Hermit. The Hermit is definitely like an up late at night type of a card. You're up late at night thinking about the destruction of the world or the end of things, I feel like, with the Tower card here. But part of you isn't afraid of it. Ace of Wands, part of you welcomes it because of the new growth and experience that it brings. But you also want stability and security for yourself, okay? And some of you here could be reading, studying, researching, okay? Researching something, studying something. And feeling quite serious is what I feel. I mean, you're creative, you're inspired, your mind is turned on, but I feel a seriousness coming from you. Pile number two. All right. And I feel like people who are just like laughing and ignoring everything are kind of like, they're just not really, you're like, how can you do that right now? Like, and I feel like you look at the way that, that people are, and you're like, I don't really like. Some of you may be with the Hermit, you may be isolating a little bit, or you may want to be left alone with your books, or you might be like, I don't know, that person is acting like they're for the people and that they're generous and responsible. I feel like you're kind of cryptic and critical right now, pile number two, of certain people, and you're observing. You're in observing mode, and I feel like you're kind of like, I don't know, towards like a lot of people, especially people who are very like loud and gregarious about what they're doing in the world. I feel like you're kind of like, why are these people like this? Is how I feel that you're kind of, and I feel like new people that come around or things like that, you're very wary or you're very like on guard. I feel like pile number 2, okay? And we have Divine Guardian. This is a time of significant growth and healing for you. You are protected during these times by love and strength of Divine Mother Isis. Okay. Relax and allow your transformation to happen. Okay, because you are in a transformation. Your Divine Guardian protects you now. Let go. Trust unconditionally in what is happening for you, as there is only divine love beneath the surface of the present situation. And some of it made you just maybe exhausted by the world and what's happening and just everything. And I get it. But there could be somebody who is wanting to help you, is wanting to help you with an opportunity right now. All right. And it says Divine Guardian. So this would be like this would be like a parent, but a good parent, or a father figure, like the King of Earth, but a good father, not a bad father. You know what I mean? Pile number 2. This would be somebody who is reliable. This would be somebody who is kind. This would be somebody who is generous and responsible, and someone who is supporting you and wants to help protect you. Now, this could be one of your guides coming through, Divine Guardian, in this reading. For some of you, for those of you that had a father or grandfather that you were very close to that's in spirit form, that could also be coming through at this time. But I feel like, you've been on guard for a reason. Pile number 2, it's not just because your cute little head wanted to be on guard, it's because a lot of things have happened. I get it, pile number 2. But I feel like, your Divine Guardian, and this could be, like I said, someone in your actual life who is wanting to help you with something, or somebody who is a spirit energy saying, relax and allow your inner transformation to happen. It's hard though, I feel, because it's kind of scary. I feel like with the Tower, it's kind of dramatic, maybe not scary, but like dramatic, and I feel like what you guys are saying is, Natalie, I've had about all the drama I can take. I'm not really into the whole dramatics. And I get it, okay? And that's where the Divine Guardian is coming through and saying, the Divine Guardian protects you now. Relax and allow your transformation to happen. Okay, it's going to happen regardless, the Tower. So might as well, relax, right? We have retreating. Yep, you fear being hurt. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to go out, to get out and try again. Yeah. And, the Ace of Wands is like that energy that's bubbling within us, that is like needing a little bit of excitement, or even a little bit of sexual, prowess, or a little bit of rawr, you know what I mean? Pile number 2. And we come to a point where we feel like we can't keep doing it anymore. We can't keep trying anymore. We can't keep, it's too much drama. We can't keep going through it anymore. We're tired. Our souls are tired. We're world weary. All right. We're sick of existing. I get it. Pile number 2. I really, really do. Believe me. But I feel like your Divine Guardian is saying, rest, and because I feel like you're needing time to dream and refresh yourself. Okay. With this water flowing down on the ram's head here, like you are needing time to refresh, dream and rest, and you are needing time to, read and discover and research and learn. But you're also missing something here with the Ace of Wands, which is like fire. There's excitement, there's tenderness, there's an ember, there's a spark, there's a, there's that feeling of whoa. Like have you ever seen like a lioness pick her cubs up by their neck? The cub is like, because the mommy lion has its jaws on the cub, but that's how they pick the cub up, by the scruff of their neck. But I kind of feel like that's what Spirit's doing to you in a way. Pile number 2 is like picking you up by the scruff of your neck and saying, okay, like the mommy cub is saying like, okay, we're picking you up. Like, we need your energy out in the world. We can't have you like totally engrossed in other things forever, We have denial. Oh my God. You're like, wait a second. I am not going to allow myself to be picked up by any mama cub. Okay. We have, or mama lion. We have denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. Okay, and sometimes we have to detach from ourselves with love to clearly see the truth. Okay, and, maybe we're pulling back or not getting enough rest or continuing to be in a cycle of destruction, repeating patterns, like that type of thing, where we can say, oh, that isn't affecting my energy, right? And you guys have the Neptune pile. Neptune can be really strong for denial. Oh, that isn't affecting my energy. I don't really care. I'm not affected by that. But perhaps it is. Perhaps it is. Okay. Detach with love to see clearly the truth. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Okay. Yeah, and that's with the water on the ram's head there. And we could have people here that were Aries, Pisces energy, Virgo, Aries, Pisces, definitely coming up in this reading. There does need to be like time to refresh and replenish. And maybe you're like, you know what? I have been taking time to refresh and replenish, but maybe it's the quality of time that hasn't been the best. Okay. Because we can tell ourselves, oh, I am taking time to meditate and contemplate. But really, we're just staying up late, watching whatever, right? Watching scary movies or doom scrolling on social media or stuff like that, right? And we're not really meditating and contemplating like we need to, or we should, or we're not really taking the time that we need to be doing that. Okay. So there is an energy here of meditating and contemplating and retreating and pulling back in order to do that, but also keeping it productive with the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Earth, keeping it productive and keeping it honest with ourselves. Like, am I really using this time wisely? Is this really what this time, how I should be using this time, right? We have yes, oh my gosh. And we have meditate and contemplate, yes. And I feel like, yes, you should be taking this time to meditate, contemplate. And maybe there's an aspect of you that's like, well, I need to be productive. I need to work. 8 of Pentacles, King of Earth. I need to work. Yeah, and it's a yes, but you can see she has the sun and the moon. So she's balancing both, okay? Yes, take time to meditate and contemplate. Yes, take time to pull back and read and meditate and study and mentally refresh yourself and get in touch with your intuition and all of that, okay? Yes, definitely take the time to do that. And if you're wondering, is that productive for me? The answer is yes, it is productive for you. retreating isn't always a bad thing. It's just if we've like been, I don't know how to, and this is where we can get kind of like, okay, we can get real spiritual, or we can get real, and with Neptune, we can get real spiritual, real disconnected. How do we tell when it's too much, right? How do we tell when we've become like too disconnected? How do we tell when we need to put our feet back on the ground, right? I think you'll figure it out, pile number 2. And if it has to do with this, your fear of being hurt has made you retreat, it's time to get out and try again. For some of you, maybe that's like dating again, getting to know people again, talking to people again, making a friend again, that type of stuff. Okay. And we have Moon in Leo. Ah, I love it. Well, and here's the thing. The Moon in Leo needs attention. So for those of you that have Earth and Fire in your chart, welcome to your reading, or you've got Pisces, Aries, Leo, things like that. The Moon in Leo needs attention, okay? So nurturing attention, right? And likes to put attention towards their creativity and the things that they're working on. But the Moon in Leo also like needs attention. So perhaps there's one aspect of you that wants to meditate behind closed doors and never see another human being again. And then there's a part of you that wants attention. Pile number 2, okay? And I feel like this yes energy in between both is saying you can have both. All right, you can have your spiritual time to meditate and contemplate. You can also, let your inner wild child out a little bit, okay? You can do both, I feel like, okay? And if the door closes on meditation time, maybe it's time to play and have fun and go out and be a little bit naughty, or, take life by the horns, that type of thing. And maybe if it's too much outward stuff, then it's time to go back inward, right? That's very Pisces anyway. Like there's an ebb and flow to life. Sometimes we're inward, sometimes we're outward. There's no exact answer for anything. Now that is very Piscean, and that is very frustrating. But with Pisces, there is no exact answer to anything, obviously. And both are true, right? They're the inner fire and the inner call to contemplation and meditation are both there. So pile number 2, I hope that reading resonated with you. I know that I really enjoyed your reading and your energy. Pile number 2, I could relate a lot to it. So hope you have a great day, pile number 2, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose Mercury and the Mind. And today's reading is called When One Door Closes, Another Door Opens. So pile number 3. Ooh, the cards are a little, boy, my shuffling is a little on the lazy side today, pile number 3. I don't know if you ever play cards or if you read cards yourself, but you may have a lazy shuffling day. I'm getting more on the ball now, pile number 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and see when one door closes. Let's go ahead and see. For pile number 3, when one door closes, another dang door better open. You know what I'm saying, pile number 3? It better open up for my pile number 3s. Okay. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. All right, Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Oh, it does appear, pile number 3, that you've been dealing with some stagnation. Okay. And this could be physically. All right. Some of you could also be dealing with, for those of you that have animals, like you have cats or dogs, I also feel you could notice some different behavior in your animals, in your cats or your dogs, where they're tired or grouchy or grumpy, or there's like a stagnant, a little bit of a stagnant energy, okay, that is around. And that happens with the Seven of Pentacles. It can be where we are trying to make something grow, but we're having a difficult time with it. We're having a, it can be a tough card for like gardening or things that take patience and time. Or it can be a very good card for gardening, because you know already that you need to have patience and take time. Pile number 3, okay? And the thing that I'm getting to is that people are kind of getting their claws in, like everything that you're doing, okay? And that they kind of have a say, or they kind of have their claws in almost every little thing that you're doing. And that, I feel like for the Queen of Wands, you guys are coming through as the Queen of Wands. You're not really, that feels overwhelming or punishing, or that feels like not really respecting your sovereignty, is kind of what I feel. Okay. And some of you could be feeling kind of stagnant as well, creatively, or you're needing to focus right now on money and stability and finances and your investments and things like that. But but it's boring to you in a way, or it's not fulfilling you in a way, I feel like, with this Queen of Wands. Okay. It's like the necessary things that we need to do that have to get done, that we can't really ignore, but nonetheless have to get done. Let's see what we have here. We have Elephant and Greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is definitely a leader. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. Yeah, and the truth is that things could be very boring, routine, and basic without you. Pile number 3. Okay, and you could be the one missing ingredient in a situation that actually makes it fun and interesting. Okay, and your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Okay, and some of you here may be called to manage or lead something here. Elephants are very intuitive emotionally as well. Very intelligent. Very, very intelligent creatures. But I feel you're also a very charismatic pile number 3. Although maybe you haven't been feeling very charismatic lately. My fire signs out there, Aries, Libra, Sagittarius. Maybe you're like, yeah, I am normally charismatic. Six of Wands. Normally, I am very like, I'm not shy. I get a lot of attention. I am charismatic. I am popular, this type of thing. Okay. But lately, I've just been really having to focus. Okay. And I feel like the people have missed your leadership or have missed your contributions. Okay. And some of you here might have been pulling back a little bit because you've been dealing with other things. Maybe you had a sick cat or a sick dog, or you were just dealing with some stuff, and it's like you had to kind of pull back. Okay. And maybe you feel like, well, I haven't been my fun, carefree, usual self because I've had a lot on my mind. Mercury, mind. Okay. And let's see what else we have here. We have the Lovers, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. Okay, well, good health is definitely appreciated for sure. Carefully weigh your decisions. That's coming with the Two of Pentacles as well. Okay. And we have the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. Have patience. Consider carefully what you want before acting. Yeah, and actually, pile number 3, I feel like you have grown a lot, because in the past, you just would have like taken action right away, or you just would have blown something up right away. And I feel like these days you're a lot more contemplative. And you're trying to be a lot more strategic and contemplative is what I feel. Okay. And especially about how you spend your money or how you spend your time, I feel like you've become a lot more contemplative. I'm seeing a purse here too. Maybe somebody got a purse or needs a new purse or something, but I am seeing something about that. And, and I'm getting an energy here about like in the past when it comes to relationships, maybe like jumping in head first, or not really caring, or just whatever, jumping in with both feet. But I feel like lately with this Lovers card and the High Priestess, you've been really trying to contemplate and think about what you want. And I feel like with the Elephant coming up, I feel like your emotional maturity is really shining through. I feel like there is someone or something you haven't made up your mind about. Okay. And maybe there's a relationship that has gotten very stagnant, or there has been, maybe your finances are intertwined or something here, but something has gotten very stagnant and you're feeling very, you're contemplating very deeply, I feel like, pile number 3, about whether this is something that you want to continue in or not. Okay. And it says love is your strength, leadership is your path. And I feel like in relationships, oftentimes you are like leading things. Okay, pile number 3. But maybe you've decided, hey, I'm going to step back from that a little bit. And if I don't do anything, if I don't touch anything, okay, where would something go? Okay, if I don't meddle around in anything, if I don't, if I'm not the one like telling someone where to go or what to do, if I just pull back, what's going to happen? Right? I feel like it's almost kind of like a test, pile number 3. Savvy energy, pile number 3 of some of you could be silently pulling back and putting a lover to the test. Okay. And I feel like, you know, there's an energy here of, with this Seven of Pentacles, of somebody gripping onto you tightly or not wanting to let you go, or gripping you tightly. Like they don't want you to go. But they're also like not really doing anything to make you stay either, pile number 3. So that's interesting. We have the dark mysteries here. The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber, where she holds a test and a gift for you. Yes, I just kept saying a test, a test. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. Yeah, the High Priestess. Your time for deeper initiation is here. And this is where you want to consider carefully what you want before acting. Okay? And some of you may even feel like, Natalie, I'm kind of stuck right now. I don't know. All right? Lovers, I'm trying to make a decision. I'm not sure. Okay? And there may be kind of like a test that is kind of, the test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back, okay? And keeping you limited. So pile number 3. And, you know, this elephant in greatness, perhaps, you know, other people can definitely see your greatness, or they especially know your greatness when you leave. I feel like they really cling hard, or they really start to understand what they're missing out on. Okay. But maybe for you, it is about feeling that way on the inside, pile number 3. So let's see what we have here. We have holding on. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. Wow. Okay. And, you know, this Two of Pentacles could be where we're just, you see the Ouroboros like eating its tail. Could be where we're just kind of like going in circles. We're not making any decision. We're just kind of going in circles and eating our words, and kind of like not really integrating the lesson per se. We're just kind of going in circles over and over and over again, like Ouroboros energy. Okay. And yeah, this says you must release old ties in order to have a fresh start. Okay. And this elephant looks like a baby elephant, but it's saying love is your strength, leadership is your path. Okay. And that makes me feel like you're going to have to be the one to let go. All right. If you're the one that's been if someone else has been gripping or holding on to you, and you've been holding back because you haven't been wanting to make a decision, or you're not sure about the decision, okay, you must release old ties in order to have a fresh start. Interesting. Pile number 3. And we have, strictly sexual. This connection is passionate, but not enduring. Yeah, and that's the Queen of Wands here with the Lovers, I feel like. And this is coming out under the High Priestess. So I feel like you're saying, if I took away, and here's a test, pile number 3. If you're trying to test someone, or you feel they're trying to test, or you're trying to test yourself, right? If we take away the sexual aspect of this relationship, what is there? You know, like, is there friendship? Is there care? Is there consideration? Is there still being there for one another? If we take that away, is there anything left? You know what I mean? And this connection is passionate but not enduring. Listen to your intuition. Have patience. And this may be where you're trying to decide, should I sleep with this person? Should I go after this person? Are they worth my time? Is this worth my time? I feel like there is a connection that is strictly sexual that maybe some of you have been holding on to, that you're trying to make a decision about, that your intuition is telling you this isn't productive. And I kind of keep going back and forth on it. And I feel like it's kind of like stagnating me and holding me back from, you know, maybe emotional growth, right? With the elephant, we can talk about like emotional growth and where we want to be with our emotional growth, okay? And we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon, okay? So there's some changes that need to be made. Adjustments to the way of our thinking, to our planning, to the way that, you know, and this is where we kind of have to, you know, make a choice, right? And we have to make some decisions, and then we have to stick to them. Adjustments are required, okay? And here we have let go. Wow. Okay. Yeah, here we have you must release old ties in order to have a fresh start. And then we have let go. Okay, we have carefully weigh your decisions in intimate relationships. Something is strictly sexual, let it go, pile number 3, okay? And yeah. If you've been feeling stagnant within yourself, or feeling like your own self-growth has been limited, that could be why, okay? Or if you feel like you've been going in circles with something or someone for a really long time, then, you know, the dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The gift is freedom, peace, and opportunity and prosperity. Yeah, if you're wanting to be free from a pattern, like a pattern of limitation, I feel like that is where this is coming in. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. The High Priestess, okay? And the High Priestess is a spiritual woman. Now, some of you may have been around people that just treated you like a sexual object, or that was the main thing for them. And, you know, and they can get into this game of trying to, you know, prove our worth, or we want someone to see where we're coming from, or we want somebody to finally see who we are. All right. And the problem is that that person is living in very dense energy, and they're very much about just consuming. So we're not going to be able to kind of point out to them something that is like bright and shiny, because all they're going to want to do is they're going to want to use and consume it. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 3? And actually, I had a weird dream about this last night too. And some of you may just be clearing old energy grids from your life right now too, because, you know, for those of you that are like, Natalie, I'm not even with anyone. I don't even have anyone that I'm even doing anything with. It could just be like an old energy grid around you that is dissolving in a way. Yeah, and it talks about letting go. This connection is not enduring. Let it go. Adjustments are required. Okay. And yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. Pile number 3, that's a tough one. We have the sun in Aquarius and opportunity. Okay. And, you know, Aquarius is an energy about freedom. I love the rainbow in the background. And it says readiness for change. Okay. Our ability to receive opportunities is also directly related to our readiness for change. There's a relationship between that energy, readiness for change and opportunity. Those two are tied together. And, you know, are we willing to make the adjustments that are required? Are we willing to make the decisions that are required to meet new energy and new opportunity? And I love Aquarius energy coming through here because I feel like Aquarius energy is very much about freedom and choosing to kind of like go your own way. And it says the gift is freedom, peace, and opportunity. And then we have opportunity written on this card. Okay, so it's an opportunity to find a greater sense. Look at the sun there radiating out. It's an opportunity to find a greater sense of self through inner freedom and opportunity by letting go from what we have been holding on to, and making a decision. And if you need help in making a decision, there's always, you know, you guys picked Mercury in the mind. There's always ways to do clever tests to try to like understand the situation better. Now, again, testing energy in relationships and testing your partner is not something that I would normally suggest as an advice, but you know, if you already kind of know what the answer is, I feel like you're needing to see more proof of it, then I am in favor of doing something like that. You can ask Spirit to show you what a person truly feels and thinks about you. And they'll give it away in their actions and what they say and what they do. And a lot of times those moments of honesty can help us get to a point where we are no longer in like, you know, recycling old energy or, you know, hanging on to stagnant energy. We're ready to like fully bloom and blossom into the person that we were meant to be. So pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my lovelies. I hope that that reading resonated, and I wish you all the very best. Take care.